Personal and household services have recently been identified by the European Commission as a sector whose development will create millions of jobs throughout Europe. But what is exactly at stake?
Personal and household services comprise of a broad range of activities that contribute to the well-being of families and individuals.
For example, with childcare or long-term care for elderly and for people with disabilities.
Covering a whole range of preventive services that help people live independently and healthily in their own homes.
Speaking about household services, it's activities like cleaning, keeping up the house, the garden, doing some minor reparation, fixing stuff, but also doing the shopping.
I would think of different kinds of benefits in terms of gender equality, I think, and in terms of work-life or work-family balance.
Could be a great contribution for the service users who would feel that they are part of a much more regulated environment where they have different offers, they have clear rules, there is transparency, and they can make the choice they would like to.
We see that as having multiple benefits. Firstly, to the person who's being looked after, to help them stay more healthy and independent. And secondly, for the carer and for members of the family, often helping carers to stay in work or return to paid employment, but also to the wider economy because there are other gains to be had from that, so increased revenues into the exchequer.
These services create jobs, a huge amount of jobs. It's the booming sector per se.
By encouraging the provision of housework services in the formal economy rather than in the shadow one.
There are four groups of actors.
The first actor is the person. These services need to be person-centered.
The second group is the employees, the persons that come and provide these household and personal services. The third group is the employers, agency or NGOs that run and organize the system. And the final fourth group is the state.
Public authorities have different roles to play, and there are multiple roles of the public authorities. On the one hand, as a provider, as an employer, but also as a regulatory body to give the regulatory framework, as a co-financing or financing authority, and also as a competent authority to monitor and control the quality of this of the service delivery.
We can think about insurance, mutualities, but also enterprise helping their employees for a better work-life balance.
We will have some challenges about having more senior people, about a high unemployment rate.
The complexity of the issue, it covers so many different aspects of people's lives and a different range of actors that are needed.
The price. But it's not only the price, it's also the availability of services. It is the quality of services, it is the security of services, and it's the permanence of services.
The economic and financial situation of the service users.
Personal and household services must be adequately supported by public supporting measures in order to reduce undeclared work in the sector, to foster professionalization, enhance working conditions of workers.
It is not only potential to create jobs, but pressures to create better jobs, more diverse jobs, responding to growing and different needs.
Therefore, there is a clear need to develop a policy approach at EU level, also when it comes to household services, but to link it to other aspects.
The European Union show us the way, should lead us, and should put and stress on what should be the future in personal household services in Europe.
To keep encouraging member states to recognize the value of this kind of work, to keep encouraging the efforts made in terms of work-family balance.
Thus, we believe that the European Commission could foster the exchange of best practices, could give member states a technical support when implementing those measures, and bring together stakeholders to discuss further developments.